Hey, it's Joe Tamargo from PumpRepairMedia.com. All right, we're back with B. Ryan. What's up, man? How you doing? All right, so welcome back to the Jacuzzi Magnum Force Troubleshooting and Repair video series. We're on part 8 or 9 or something like that. And Brian is now going to be showing us how to remove the through bolts. All right, so Brian's going to be using a nut driver. But before he moves the through bolts, we're going to show you a cool little trick. We're going to be using a little center punch, a metal center punch. Go ahead and show him that center punch, Brian. All right, so we're going to show him that center punch. It's just a metal center punch, and what that's do is it's going to mark the motor, and he's going to use a hammer with that center punch. Go ahead, man. Show him the hammer we're going to use. And then what we're going to do here is, there you go. Okay, so there you go. Now what Brian's going to do with that is he's going to mark spots on the motor. So what happens, why is he going to do this? Well, because when he goes to put back the motor later, he's going to want to line these through bolts up. You have to be able to make sure you line them up. All right, so we're going to zoom in real quick so we can see the marks that Brian's making here. So what he's going to do is put one mark right there, and he's going to put another mark on the other side, just like this. Oh, you slipped there, buddy. Now you can see, I'll zoom in real close for you, that Brian has put one mark right there. Oh, hold on, you moved the motor on me. Brian has put one mark right there and one mark right there, so you cross from each other. So now you could know when he goes to put the motor back together later, you'll know exactly where the end mills line up. Okay, now once he does that, once he did that, now he's going to do the same exact thing to the front side of the end mill, so we know where it knows where that goes. So we're going to zoom in right there. Okay, on the two pieces, he's going to go on one side of the end mill. I don't know, he's going to mark the plastic as well there too. Okay, so you can mark there, you go mark there, right? He's gonna mark one part. Just keep marking all the way down. You go mark the plastic. Okay, now mark the next piece. Right there you go. Right there you go. And now mark the next piece, right? Correct. And then one more right there you go. And now there you go. You can see he's got all 4 marks in line. And later on, when he gets put that back together, he do it. All right, so he goes, there you go. It's a self-extracting punch. It ejects itself from the video when a field is not worthy anymore. Right, Brian? How do you like that? Tools that throw themselves out. It's like, don't we all wish we had friends like that? It's like, all right, I've had enough beer. I'm going to leave now. Like, wow, all right. See you later, bro. Thanks. Thanks for not eating all my cereal, too, on the way up. All right, so there we go. All right, so there we go. Now that Brian has marked the motor, he's going to be using something called a nut driver, and he's going to be removing the 4 through bolts. All right, so go ahead, turn the motor towards us. That way we can see the through bolts, so I can zoom in real quick. So in case you haven't seen the other videos, sit down, man. You don't have to stand up. He gets a little anxious sometimes. There you go. Right there you go. There's one through bolt there. On the other side, you got another through bolt right there, and then you see on the bottom 1 and 2 right there. Okay, zoom in and look right there. There you go. That through bolt looks huge now. You're like, oh my god, that thing's huge. But then you zoom out, you're like, oh my god, it's so small. All right, so there you go. All right, so go ahead, use your nut driver now, man. And he's gonna remove all 4 of those through bolts. Okay. There you go. He's got a nut driver on. He's gonna be removing it out. Bam, just like that. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Okay. Now, depending on what motor you have, sometimes there's different motors. I've seen guys have replacement motors here, so sometimes you need a different size nut driver. We're using a yellow nut driver. And sometimes also different tool sets have different markings. Like if you have a Home Depot set, it might be yellow. If you have a Sears set, it might be red. So just because you see us, use a yellow nut driver, yours might be different. So just match up the nut driver is what I'm basically saying. Now also remember, all parts are available at PumpRepairMedia.com. All right, Brian is slowly taking out these. It's no problem, man. I'm not rushing it. He's slowly taking out the bolts there. You can just, we'll watch them there. There you go. Like I said, remove all 4 through bolts, and then once you remove all 4 through bolts, we're going to be able to pop out the motor shaft. Okay, so there you go. You got all 4 through bolts out. You got one more.
Just one more.
All right, so you got one more bolt. There we go. Last one right there. We'll get a nice zoom in of that for you guys. Now, like I said, your motor might come out a little bit slower, maybe. Because your bolts might be a little bit more frozen, but there you go. Now, once he has all 4 through bolts out, he will be able to knock apart the motor. All right, so when we come back, we're going to be showing you what tools you're going to need to take apart the 2 parts of the motor. Also, how to remove the housings, right, the end mills. All right, remember, all parts available, Pump Repair Media. Thanks for watching, and that is how you remove the through bolts. When we come back, Brian is going to show you the next cool trick on how to remove the end mills. Take it easy. Peace.